You guys, we're back again. Welcome in all you fine, fantastic folks out there. We're gonna, excuse me, we're gonna do a very cool little painting with what's left over from the paint from earlier today. Probably gonna use our Dioxazine purple, Phthalo Green, our Van Dyke brown, Ultramarine blue, and our titanium white. Shouldn't need much more than that for this scene. If we add any rocks, we may use our alizarin crimson and our midnight black as well, but we'll have to figure it out by the time we get there. You guys check in, tell me where you're watching from out there. I'm gonna get a little bit of white paint onto my brush, just a little teeny tiny touch. And I'm gonna tell you everything I've done to my canvas so far to allow this white paint to all of a sudden turn greeny blue out there in the night. So I've got my 20-inch by 24-inch canvas, which is already a black canvas, okay? If you do not have black canvas, get yourself some acrylic black gesso from a company called Liquitex and cover your canvas with that. Then let it dry completely because we paint with oil paints out here, guys. We don't want to mix acrylic and oil. That's for certain. And the more that you intermix this white paint over these darker colors, which are already wet in our sky, right? The entire canvas is nice and wet. And that way we can crisscross and blend all this paint and allow it to mix in with all those darker colors. Now, we don't want to have too much paint on the canvas, and we don't want to come down too far past the horizon where our ocean is going to be. But just like that, you can launch out a really cool looking sky, and the more that you blend it, the cooler and cooler and cooler it becomes, right? So let's toss a little bit of that color out there. We're going to mix it up, and then we're going to go back and start to paint something, guys. So you check in, tell me where you're watching from. Again, you can find this one on PaintWithJosh.com right over there. We're going to pop in a little bit of an oddity, a weird bit of something out there. That's all you need. Just need it to be weird is all. Have a little weird bit come up here with our brush and mix it out a little bit at a time until it starts softening out, looking like some very, very, very far away, indistinct little cloud out there. Right? That way, we can come in here with our filbert brush. Let's find the right one. There we go. Yeah. Find our little filbert brush, right? Looks like the tip of your finger out there. We're going to go back in here. Going to get a little bit of our white paint on the edge of the old filby. And remember, like I said, you guys can grab this one. I'm not going to say it too many times, but PaintWithJosh.com right there. We're going to push in flat. Going to bend the bristles so they're flat, giving it a high five. Secure with this hand. Spin to the left counterclockwise without turning it from the center. And you can make a gorgeous little moon out there. One little swipe. One touch, one stroke moon. Seriously, it's so easy, guys, honestly. Now, let's get out there with a little bit more paint onto our brush. Okay, so we start off with a very small amount, then we add a little bit. So a little bit more than we did the first time. We'll come up here and let's launch out just an amazing looking intense cloud into the night, just wherever it wants to be, right? The more paint that you put up here, the more bright it's going to be. Now, we don't want it to be that bright because we want to crisscross in front of it with a brighter cloud. So let's almost overmix this guy down. And as the white paint is intermixing in with all those other darker colors, we're never just staying in one spot, right? We're mixing it, moving, we're pushing harder as we get back here so it blends it softer, touching it lighter out along the front so it stays brighter up there, and never staying in one place for too long of a period of time, right? Stay out there for too long, then you end up mixing it all up the same, and then everything looks ridiculous, right? So don't stay in one place for too long of a time. Let's get out here a little bit more paint now. We've got the most amount of white paint on the brush that we've had so far. That doesn't mean that it has to be a huge amount of paint. It just has to be brighter than this other cloud, so it will stand out against said other cloud, right? Get underneath, drop a little bit of paint underneath it so that we have some room to blend it backwards. And as we blend it backwards, light along the top edge, further, harder along the back, pushing it out, making it grow that way, grow this way, right? The more that you push it, the more it's gonna grow. And remember, the clouds are not the focal point to this painting. They've just gotta be out there, floating across our little horizon out there. Oh man, is that not fantastic? Now, let's grab a little little filby. We need the old filby. And in fact, let's take this paint and brush it down a little bit more so it gets softer down around the horizon. And then we'll come up and cut in between that guy. Right? So let's take a little touch of our white paint. Out here, we want to make a very small little triangle. And we don't want to do the top first. We want to do the angle first. We want to have that downward bit first. And then we can come back with a little bit of paint, Let's come back here and we'll skirt it out backwards and backwards and backwards. And remember, if you like this guy, you can get it. It's there on PaintWithJosh.com. The very first thing you're going to see there when you get there is this painting, right? Now, what if we had a little sneaky little guy that came up right in front, and then this guy we're going to bring back down a little bit, filling again his little back area just a touch. Don't need to have it be too crazy, but now all of a sudden we got two little different bits of water separated by that darkness, right? That does not mean that the whole front area needs to be filled in full. Just happens to be out there, keeping our little water separate. Let's come in here with a bit of our white paint and try to leave a gap, right, in between the white paint and the other white paint that's up there. You can even get back up here with your big old 2-inch monster. Turn it upways and kind of jiggle that guy until it's almost right up against the other color, only leaving a small amount of space in between. And then we'll mix it, and we'll mix it, and we'll mix it. And the more we mix it, the more it's going to extend. It's going to start picking up the purple paint that's underneath and changing all the time. Now, we don't want it to get too big, so don't allow it to get too large out there, okay? And let's just say we've got our paint up here. This line's going to be covered up. We know that. It's going to roll over and start coming down, crashing. So we're just kind of tapping against the canvas, depositing a little bit of paint in a sort of a small little U shape. Right? It's not a crazy intense angle. It's not a crazy U or a V shape. Just a little shallow little thing, almost like the Paint with Josh birds out there. Just caw-caw, right? So we wipe off our blade. We come up here and we start taking that paint and just pulling it down. Right? Now, we can't just pull it straight down to 6 o'clock. That would be bad. Right? If we went straight down to 6 o'clock, that's going to be a bad deal because it's not going to show the water being cast outwards. Right? We have to chuck this water and toss it like it's being thrown this way. Right? So instead of just coming straight down, we're kind of coming down to about 6:30, then 7, then 7:30, then 8, then 8:30, then 9 o'clock over here. Right? Changing like a clock would, depending on our little tosses out there. Woo, it's fabulous. Now remember, you don't need a lot of that back water rolling back there, but that's all it is that change going down here, then over a little bit, then over a little bit, then over a little bit, over a little bit, over a little bit, over a little bit, right? It's all we've done. It's just change the direction of our pull with this paint, right? Each time. So you can see the handle going like this. Each time we're going down, 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 then it's going over and over and over as you change and go the other way. Now, we don't need it to get too terribly big because we're going to come in there with our liquid white and our titanium white. Guys. And remember, you guys can grab this painting if you go to PaintWithJosh.com right over there. And we're going to grab that one. We're going to have all that liquidy white paint. We're going to ride along the top edge first, kind of creeping up so it's over the horizon. Then we're going to dip down in between that little gap of color, leaving a little bit of dark separation on this side and dark separation on that side. Smacking up into it. Not trying to let them touch too much or be too much of the same. And when we come down, we're right about at the bottom of where our eye is, right? Because we know it's going to grow even further when we hit it with our brush. And it's going to extend out into the night, right? That means we don't want to put on too much paint right here to start because it's just going to grow further than that, right? Now, I've been doing the whole painting with just these three tools, okay? You got your palette tool, fan brush, and your big old 2-inch brush. Now, should we switch to a smaller brush to do this little smaller area, or do you think the great Paint with Josh can get that area even with this big old 2-inch brush? Do you think so? It might be a good learning opportunity to show you that you absolutely can do it with this big old 2-inch brush. Absolutely, guys. Yeah, I can do it. Could you guys do it, though? You might want to switch to a smaller brush if it was you, okay? What we're going to do is very lightly with just a corner of the brush kind of disturb that paint enough and not stay in the same place. So if we stay in the same place for too long and we push for too long, it's going to make it all the same, or it's going to make it grow out, and we'll lose all these bright and dark areas in there if we're mixing too much or too much in the same place, right? So again, we get over here, we're very flippant with it. We don't care. Who cares about this stuff? Right? Literally, boom. Throw that water out there, let it splash down onto the ground. Do you see? Do you see the gorgeousness that you can make with just a little brush, 3 little tools on our little guy, right? Let's make this crash up just a little taller. There, there. Oh, a little bit of spray coming off the top. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. gonna be amazing, right? As it starts breaking up, falling over. Now, here's a way to make sure that your wave is perspectively correct every time, okay? This angle right here should match our next angle coming down like this, right? So we should look like train tracks running through the painting that way, okay? In order to find out where you should start over here, right? Like, where should I start? Way up here, right there, right there, right there, right there, all the way down here. Where do I start putting my next line of paint? This will tell you. Get yourself a yardstick, okay? And if you've got a sufficient angle down this way, meaning enough of a downward angle, you should be able to take your yardstick, put it right on the edge of your little corner over there, cut right through the center of the eye and through the wave, right? And then it's telling us right here is our next place to start, right there. So make a little mark, okay? That way you can get up here, take a straight line, and start making little downward Z shapes, like a little click of a watch gear or something. You know what I mean? Little small little thing. Oh, that restriction went away. Guys, now you can tap on the screen, do all that stuff, get more people in here, because you guys know I don't have any other gig. This is how I make my living, is selling these paintings. And we haven't sold one for a minute, so please, if you like these shows, help me out a little bit. Let's take our liquid white, titanium white mix. It's about a 50-50 mix, because it's the same mix we used to make this guy. Let's come up here and start right where I said we were going to, right? That's gonna be the top of our line. That doesn't mean that we need to stay there. We can go down, but that's gonna be the top of the line. And then we're gonna start cutting back and forth. Click, 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 like you're going down the stairs, okay? Clickety, clickety, clack. Then we're going to make a horizontal line off of this guy and extend it outward, meaning we're just leaving a little bit more room in between where the wave is hitting onto the land, okay? You gotta have a little bit of space out there. Now don't worry if you can't get that lip just yet. We're gonna switch over to our 90-10 mix of paint, and that's where we're really gonna have that lip of water on the front. So don't worry if you're out here trying to make a lip and you just can't get it yet. It's all about that mixture of paint plus the right amount of pressure as you're pushing on this thing. Now you can see all of these things, if we're going on this downward angle, we're gonna roll back and slide up into our wave. Oh, you guys, it's gonna be gorgeous. All right, continue, 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 scraping down. Maybe we dip down, maybe we go up, and we dip down again. Doesn't have to be this perfect thing, right? It's all in whatever you feel like it should look like every time you're doing your painting, right? No one else is there. Maybe you and your friend, right? But what's your friend gonna tell you? Nothing, right? So no one is there to help you besides you and your own brain. What do you feel like it should look like? Because that's what it should look like to you, okay? Everyone's version of a little bit or kinda green or kinda blue or whatever, it's all different, right? We're all different. So how does it look to you? If it's looking good to you, then continue, you know what I mean? If not, then you're pretty far gone at this point to make any changes. But that's okay. All right, let's come back over here now. What I want to do is really extend this guy down and down and down. There we go. Leaving ourselves a lot of space back there for our water to hit and splash upon the ground. I don't want such an intense angle of our wave like that, okay? So we're gonna bring it down a little bit. Bring it down, bring it down. All the while making more and more little details by leaving things untouched, right? We don't have to touch everything. Not every bit of every space on every wave has to be filled up completely, right? We just want to get a little paint out there, and I'm going to show you why. Now we're going to take our brush. We're going to start working like a clock would, in little minute hands, all the way from 3 o'clock or 3:15 out here. Clicking up to about noon, maybe about 12:30 is where you want to be, okay? You do not want to just make a straight line straight up into there. It's never going to look right, not going to work well for us, okay? Don't do it. Just don't. Don't do it. All we're going to do here is go, since we're on this downward angle, we're just going to pull straight. Straight to the side, straight to the side, straight to the side, straight to the side, straight to the side. Each time moving back a little step backwards and rolling up one more step in, right? There's a couple things your mind has to think about at this moment. But I'm here to show you how simple and easy it can be, okay? This one's 279. Right over here, we're going to take it like this, off to the side, right at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Even as we clicked back this way, right, we're still going 3 o'clock because we got to take off down that runway, right? Then, once you take off down that runway, then you're going to start to pitch like you're in an airplane. Each time moving further back this way, right? And then going for, and then curling it in sooner. Each time, right, you're in control. Don't make it too bright. Don't curl it too much, right? You curl it too much and you're gonna be in trouble. Make it too bright, you're gonna be in trouble. See how that thing's going rolling up underneath. Yeah! Now I gotta get a little bit more paint out of the old box down here. So, if you like this one, the mods will tell you how to get there. It's right on PaintWithJosh.com. All you have to do is go find it right there. Right on the front. Don't need to even look very hard if you like it. If not, then just sit back and relax and chillax with your homie Paint with Josh while we paint a really cool little seascape. Now we got our 90-10 mix on our paint, so it's about 90% liquid white, about 10% of our titanium white, meaning we can leave that little ridge right out here on the frontals, right? The little ridge that looks like our little bead of water. It's just rolling in, right? We can literally fill up anything else. You can take these guys and make them softer as they're rolling back. Remember to keep that spot nice and dark though. You don't want to have too much paint back in there. Otherwise, you're gonna lose out on all that depth of your wave. Soften it down, rolling it back, you guys. That's looking cool, bros. My bro hams. That is looking pretty stinking neat. Again, we can drop down and change our angle and do whatever we want to do each time. Go back over it very lightly, creating this wicked cool. Oh, it's fantastic. That is amazing, you guys. Literally, all we're doing, scraping down some paint, going back, getting some more paint, scraping down on that paint. How do you want it to be? Where do you want to have your little spots of brightness and darkness and everywhere else, right? All up to you. You're in control. You just have to tell us what's happening in your brain as you're painting your scenes each time, right? Very neat. Now, let's get a little bit more of that liquid white and our titanium white. So we got that 90-10 mix, 90% liquid white, 10% titanium white. That way it's not too runny and it's not too thick all at the same time. We're gonna come underneath this guy. We'll leave a little edge, a little gap underneath him and pull down. Now we do have a small amount of our Phthalo Green down underneath, and we've got that dark Van Dyke brown, which is our darkest color brown underneath there. It's gonna make our really cool sand. Yes! Remember, leave a gap up here. Don't try to get too close, because if you get too close and this guy starts looking too much like the wave above and there's nothing to tell us anything different, then our mind won't be able to figure it out. All right, pull it down, more on the right side, less on the left side. Then we're gonna come up here with our big old 2-inch brush, you guys. And remember, this one's available. It's there. Boom. These are very popular nowadays, these purpley tealy seascapes. I don't know why. Everybody loves this color pattern. So we keep doing them. As long as they keep going, finding new homes, we keep painting them. Look at that, you guys! Now, does that look like a bit of sand to you? Some wet, sandy beach? You let me know. Does that look like wet sand to you guys? Oh, the water is impeccable. Just impeccable, you guys. My goodness. Looks like a waterfall. I feel you on that. But what happens if we take all of them verticalities and we turn them into horizontalities and try to keep that little dark separation in there without hitting too much of our wave? Doesn't that look more like wet sandy beach now? Oh, I thought I had to sneeze. Oh, I've had such bad like sinuses and a little cold and cough, and I'm almost at the end of it. It's irritating me. So apologize, or excuse me. Oh, man. There we go. Guys, look at that for the wet sandy beach. My friends, is it not amazing? It's literally, we get to do whatever we want. We get to come out here and shrink down our little shadow, little places. So you have those little dark pits underneath it. Helps it make it look like it's got a little shadow under there, a little 6-7 underneath there, guys. I don't know why my hands did that when I did that. There we go. Gorgeous. My friends, right? Shrink down the separation, especially over here. Look at how big that gap is now. We want that gap to shrink down and become less and less and less and less as it gets out there. Yeah, that looks fabulous, dude. Literal fabuticity. Fantastic. Okay, now we're gonna bring in our liquid white for our very last little detail down here. And this guy doesn't have to match your angle of your wave. It's just a little bit of sea foam that got stuck out there. All right, take a little bit, put it up here just for the glossiness. pull back from the edge, straight sideways. Don't try to go up. Don't try to get crazy. Don't diagonal, none of that stuff. Straight to the side. Trust in your boy. Look at that, guys. Oh, fabulous. Now, what if we got over here with a smaller brush, a little bit of our liquid white, onto our palette tool, right? So we tap the brush into the liquid white, then put it on the palette tool, not the reverse. Then you come over here, we're gonna spritz on a little bit of paint, like it's just coming off of that wave, and you can see how I'm turning this and angling my spray as the water flows, right? We're shooting it that way, going this way over here. Launching it in, as many little spray bits as you want, right? You are controlling what it looks like, how many come out of the little barrel area down there, how many are flinging along the top, how far they go up, how far they go out. It's all up to you, right? You are in control. Fabulous. Now, take a couple of these little guys, right? We're gonna reflect a couple little spray bits down into our watery section down here, which could be bubbles as they're floating back along, you know what I mean? Little bubbles skirting back that way. And then we've got our sand down in the bottom. Yes! I can't believe no one's got this one. This one is amazing. Look at this. This crashing thing with the darkness, the light on the top, the spray of the wave and everything else. My Lord, my word, that is a painting, you guys. A painting and a half, my friends. Okay, fabulous. Dudes, look at that little bit of darkness underneath. Right, in between these two areas right here, you keep that little gap, makes it look like a shadow casting down under in the night. If you wanted to make this guy a little bit brighter, up along the top, right? A little bit of that white paint, just a little bit, okay? You gotta go back in, even with the big old 2-inch brush, since we didn't use anything else besides the 2-inch, the fan brush, and the palette tool in this painting. Look at that, dude. That brighter color up there. Woo! That's fantastic. Look at it. Oh, like you can just see through to the moonlight. My goodness, you guys. So, one last little bit we can take. Any of these little bits, they'll kind of like look like shadows growing up into the eye of the wave. You get those couple little bits of foam that are on top, growing up, curling over, and boy, oh boy, if that's not the prettiest little seascape we've ever done. So with just a fan brush, a 2-inch, and a palette tool, you guys, you can do that. I'm telling you. Now, come up with a title for this one. Remember, if you get it during the live show, you get to spin the spinny winny wheel of free gifts that come back to you. Could be anything from a candle to a sweater, a shirt, a backpack, Paint with Josh poster. All sorts of things are available, but you got to get it during the live show. That's the incentive, to get it during the live show. And then that way, we can do the light party. We can have some fun. We haven't done a light party in like 4 days. I don't even know if the lights work anymore. That's how long it's been since we've done a light party. So, if you want to see this painting in a wicked cool light party, you gotta go check it out. It's right there, PaintWithJosh.cool. Right there on the homepage. You just gotta go find it. And then bring your butts right back here to watch the bird's signature, and then we'll title the painting. You guys got to come up with a title. Remember, if it goes during the show, that person gets to pick what the title is for all time. If it doesn't find a home during the show, then we have to come up with it as a group and put the name on the back of it. So, hit me with your titles. What do you think? We're going to get out here and put in the old Paint with Josh bird signature that everybody loves. The old caca is just flying through the night. Way down here, just go caca right there. Boom! All three flying in. Come and rest in the night for their return trip tomorrow. So, over here, yeah, I'm gonna drop down the old JK-ery. Boom, boom, boom. And this will be the painting that you get if you grab this one. It's right on the homepage, number 2,135. That means we've done 2,134 other paintings before this one in the last 6 years. That is no joke. Literally, so many paintings, you guys. So many times of trying something that maybe you've thought about and you're like, I don't know if I want to do it. I've already tried it. I've done it before. You know what I mean? So, learn from me. and the things you can do to make your painting journey easier. Right? I'll put on a little bit of crazy foaminess in here. There we go. There. A couple little details. Right? A little bit of foam, a little bit of such, a little bit of crazy stuff in here. It's kind of falling back. You don't want to do too much though, right? You do too much, then it takes away from everything else and makes it all crazy looking. So don't do too many little things down there in the water. All right? I'm telling you, I've done it before, and we've done so many that then the painting becomes white, and then you can't even see any dark details, right? So don't do too many. People aren't going to be looking at that. They're going to be looking right here. Right there is the focal point of the painting, right? Everything else makes no sense, or makes no difference. Not makes no sense. Makes no difference. Now, what about underneath the moon? We add a little bit of twinkling light on our sand and other areas just by taking our liquid white and titanium white. You can make it bigger. You can drop off more things. Bigger and bigger and bigger as they go. Right? Making our little moonlight coming down. You can do all sorts of things in here, guys. Seriously. What do you feel like? Do you want to have it be all crazy and tumultuous? Do you want to have it be soft and shiny? Because we've done them in every single way possible. And I'm telling you, every time you do it, it's just another way to try something else. Another time to do something different than you did last time. You know what I mean? Oh, you guys! That's fantastic. Okay, you guys come up with a title. Remember, if you like it, you gotta go be the first person there to grab it. And if you're the first person there to grab it, then you will get to title this beautiful little seascape painting, and it'll be named whatever you say it would be named, right? That's all up to us. And you, if you go grab it, there you go. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Boosh! God, that's fire right there. Fantastic, my friends. So, blow my nose for the 1011th time today. God. My word. Okay. Yes! Man, that one was so, so cool. Nocturnal Waves. Guys, if you're not jumping on this one, I might take it out of the store. Seriously. It is too good to let go for $2.79, honestly. We should have had it at a higher level, bro. But we didn't know what it was going to look like when it came out. So if you get it, you're getting a wicked steal, in my opinion. Just in my own personal opinion. Before I take this one out and make it unavailable, you got to get over there and grab it, dude. Seriously? Seriously. Boom. Fabulous. Oh, my word. Just wicked. Wicked. I want a little bit of white right on top of this guy, too. Just there, right underneath the moon. Making it brighter than everywhere else. Yes! Catch that moonlight. Yeah! That's fabulous right there. Oh, yeah. Bink! Right on the thing, right in the sand. Oh, man. Amazing. Okay. All right, guys. So come up with a title for it. What do you think this one should be called? And I guess, hello! I was just about to say, I guess we'll just go 0 for 2 today. But no shit! We got something. Somebody got something. What is it? What is Jason, my dude? Boom! Grab this painting. I appreciate you, my friend. And now we get to do a wicked cool light party because of Jason. Official flash warning, right? The screen is going to go crazy with lights. So if you're sensitive to flashing light on your screen, then look away from your phone. I know it's hard, but look away for the next 30 seconds. If you are going to stay for the light party and give up all liability against Paint with Josh LLC, type in the words "I'm ready" into the comments below, right? And then keep your thumbs right there because I want you to tell me the first thing that flashes for you the most. Let's bring this guy down so the painting goes up. There we go. So what's flashing for you the most? We'll get it started when I see enough "I'm ready," and there they start rolling in. So let's knock it out in 3, 2, 1. Light party! Hey. Now, what's flashing for you the most? Oh, shit. What is it? What's the moon? The clouds? What catches your attention? Let me know now what it is. And then we'll do a quick RGB party right after this. Gonna bring the lights down in 3, 2, 1. Back to normal lighting conditions, you guys. So, what was flashing for you the most out of everything? Tell me now. The water, the waves, the clouds, the moon, the birds, I like it, guys. The amazing wave was splashing the most. I like it. Okay, so one more thing before we leave, okay? We're gonna do the RGB party, meaning I'm gonna put solid red light on the canvas, then solid green light, then solid blue light. All I need you to do is tell me which one you like better, red, green, or blue. Pick a color that you like best. We're gonna start the red in 3, 2, 1, red. Oh, look at it. Oh my God, it's so fantastic. I swear to God, if I could paint it like that every time, I would. I would. Gonna go green in 3, 2, 1, green. Woo! Woohoo! Look at that. Gonna go blue in 3, 2, blue. Oh my lordy sakes, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Which one was your favorite, red, green, or blue, as we come back to normal lighting conditions, folks? Man, that is fabulous. Look at it. Remember, we do have other paintings, some as low as 89 macaroons. All you gotta do is go check out PaintWithJosh.com. You guys have been fantastic. I love you all from the bottom of my sniffly little nose. And say your goodbyes now, because you guys know how fast I am. Seriously, before I have to start sneezing and blowing my nose again. So talented. I appreciate you guys. Seriously. How am I today? I'm feeling slightly better and still got a little congestion and a little bit of a cough, but we're hopefully on the down slope of it. And because I got to teach classes on Saturday, bro, and I don't want to be like, hey guys, hold on, let me go sneeze real quick. Yeah, it's gonna be great though. So thank you to Cosmic, thank you to Jason for grabbing 2 paintings during the show. You guys are amazing, literally. You're fantastic. See you later, Tanish. As always, bring you guys up here so I can, whoop, hey, whoa, whoa. So, okay, bye. Hey, you guys are cool. I love you. Thank you all for staying around and hanging out to the very last second. Like I said, say your goodbyes now. Goodbye, Cosmic. Boom, boom, boom. Who else was that? Casey, goodbye. Thank you, doing God's will. Appreciate it. I have been feeling better. It's just this last day, man. Literally. Teresa, thank you so much. Woo! Okay. Anyone else? Julie, Aaron, goodbye. See you tomorrow, says Robin. Who's that? Kiss. What the hell did that say? Kiss on my list. Be well. Thank you. Appreciate you. Andy G, thank you. Let's see. Bye, Felicia. Amazing painting, said ABC. I appreciate that. Chur, New Zealand. Love you guys. So, you guys are amazing. I love, oh my God. I just literally blew my nose, and already I have to do it again. Hey. Someone send help. Okay, I love you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. I can't even see. Honestly, it's like wanting to shut my own eye because I can't even see. There we go. Hi. Hi, everybody. So, well, Julie, come down and take a class at my studio. Literally, they're listed every day. You choose what painting you want on what day. It's very much like an on-demand thing. Choose your own type of thing. And come down and we'll do another class, right? It'll be awesome. So, you guys are amazing. I love you so much. And until I see you guys again next time. Take care. You can even hear it in my voice. Have the rest of a good day. God, I need to go take a nap. And